Hello, everyone. Welcome to another SLA webinar. We have a very special guest for you all today. This is Pryse, a Nigerian rapper who has broken into the music industry as a solo artist, and she has started her own record label. So she's going to do a very quick introduction for us.
Okay, hi. My name is Pryse. Like she said, I've been in the industry about 4 years now. I was first discovered by MI while I was in university in the UK, and then I got signed, came straight here, jumped right into it. And during this time, I feel like I was signed to Chocolate City for 4 years, and I tried, and I've been through the ups and downs basically, right? And I feel like I'm finally on the path that I want to be. And the journey from when I signed Green as a fresh artist, just come into the industry to here, I've learned like a little bit, so I just came to share it with, everyone that cares or will listen.
Yes, definitely. And a lot of people should care because not only has she been able to break into the music industry, like I said, she started her own record label. And so she has that creative side and that entrepreneurial side that really makes a wonderful motherland logo. And so Pryse has created.
I'm still learning, don't mind now. I'm absolutely still learning. Like at no point in this will I say that I have perfected any of the things that I'm still working at it. Do you know what I mean? Any of the tips that I'm going to bring here, I'm still, I'm still a student myself here.
Definitely. Absolutely. But for now, she's going to put on the hat of a teacher. She's written down 10 guidelines for all those who are interested in breaking into the music industry. These are things that she wishes she had known before she started out on this journey. So sit back, listen, and I'll leave you guys with her, and then come back with some follow-up questions.
Okay, great. So some of you hip hop heads might remember Biggie's 10 crack commandments. Now that was for doing something illegal. That was for selling drugs. Because I'm a rapper and because I'm specifically actually speaking to female rappers, and female artists in general. I'm just gonna say that I call this Pryse's 10 female rapper commandments, right? So I'm gonna start with number 1, figure out your finances. So this is like it's probably the first challenge, the major challenge. It's the elephant in the room, so I'm gonna address it first. You have to, branding costs money, everything, content creation costs money, start with what you have, but build, be constantly on the lookout for a better situation for investors. You know what I mean? Once you can find your investment, then that's like you're almost already there. You know what I mean? At least you can start the journey firmly on a firm footing. And even if you haven't found your financing yet, still, create what free content you can put out there and see who notices. You have to be amazing. You have to be amazing in whatever you're doing. Which brings me to number 2. Make sure your talent is undeniable. So you're trying to break into the music industry. You know that as a female, they're gonna underrate you first of all. You're gonna have to do twice the work to get half the recognition. So you just gotta have it on lockdown. You have to just be this is rap, we're talking about rap, be the best rapper. Just be the best. Like when you're going on a record with any male artist or, just aim to kill them. Because even if you kill them, they won't still say that you killed them. Like people will say, oh, yeah, she at least she held her own. You know what I mean? So you can never really just go in. Every time I've gone on a record with like another male rapper, like even like the best ones, the Boogies, the MIs, the Jesse Jags, I go like, okay, so I'm gonna write the best verse I've ever written in my life. And then that's what I put out there. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people will say Pryse's features are like hotter than her singles, because I'm like, I gotta kill these people. You know what I mean? So that's it. You gotta kill them. You gotta be the best. Like make sure your talent is undeniable. So have your talent on lock. Number 3 is commit to the hustle. Commit to the hustle. Don't go at it like, okay, I'm a female, this is what I'm doing, this is my hobby, let's see whether this works. When you see like an Olamide or a Philo, like, and MI dropped out of school. Like there was nothing else he was doing. Like this had to work. And he went about it like that. You know what I mean? And that's what the guys do as well. Because they don't have like the option of saying, oh, well, somebody's gonna, you know, possibly maybe rescue me from this, come and marry me, or, you know, I can do. I mean, if you're gonna do this, like you have to commit to the hustle. Like you have to go in, you have to hustle. Like you have to hustle. What do the guys do? They're in the studio constantly. They're recording. They record like how many 10 songs a week, you know, and then find like 2 hits out of that. Do you know what I mean? Like how can you not be successful? I'm still working at this, but that's the truth. Like females, we gotta hustle. We gotta put in the same amount of hustle, even twice the amount of hustle. Number 3, figure out your branding. Branding is too important. Like it's not, I can't even begin to, it's something that I've been up and down with my brand. Like I know a lot of the people who have been following me from the get-go will attest to this. Like I'm just figuring it out. The thing about branding is your brand is your story, or your story sells your brand. Your content is your brand. So when I say your content, I mean like the stuff you put out there about yourself. Like so your social media, your pictures, your visual content, your music, that's your brand. So when you're putting out your brand, all of that stuff ties in there. So you have to really like think about it. And everything you upload, everything you put out there about yourself to your fans, that's your brand. And it's hard to take it back. You can tweak it and you can build and grow with it, you know, and have your fans grow with you. It doesn't mean you have to figure it out from the jump, but you do have to figure it out. You do have to figure it out. Let me give you an example of like Yemi Alade. When she, like, let's say 3 years ago, Yemi was still hustling, you know. I remember seeing her like on the red carpets and everything. And she kept just improving her brand. Like it wasn't always perfect. I swear it wasn't always perfect, but you could see the improvement, and she would come out there and she would rock it with confidence. Do you know what I mean? And no matter what, she would just improve and improve until she just became flawless. Like one day I just looked up and I was just like, wow, Yemi's brand is flawless. And it comes with the singles, it comes with the story. You know, your story is part of it. We know Yemi, she's in Mama Africa, you know, she's authentic, you know, she's an African woman, and that's her brand. Do you know what I mean? And she sells it. So that's it. You got to figure out your brand. Start doing it if you're not already doing it. Like, you know, I'm still figuring it out, but here we go. What can I say? Number 5, you have to be a businesswoman. Like, because first of all, this is a business. So you have to figure out your business. If you're signed to a label, find somebody that is not, you know, who is not involved in the process, and, you know, involve them in the process. Do you know what I mean? Have them looking after your interests, like somebody that has it down for you, somebody that understands the business. Do some research. Do you know what I mean? There's all these books about the music industry, about the music business. There's online loads of information. Find out what's going on. Figure out how to make money, because you can't just be spending it. Like that's the thing. Like when people want to invest in you, they're like, okay, how can you get from point A to point B? Point B is where you start actually having money coming in to replace the money that you have spent, because obviously this is expensive. This industry is expensive. Being an artist is expensive. You need funding. So you have to make it back, or, you know, you're just flushing it down the drain. So there's like all these digital sales and like telecommunication companies that are helping artists actually make money these days. So look into that. Don't be ignorant about it. Be a businesswoman. Number 6, find your music. Like I can't even stress this enough. Like you can't even go into the studio trying to be somebody else or trying to make what you think has worked in the past. Like you have to discover your own sound, like your own unique sound. Nobody ever made history by doing Nobody ever came and broke ground by doing what somebody else had been doing. I mean, just look at all the great artists that came into the game. MI, he made his mark. Do you know what I mean? He came in doing what nobody else was doing. Wande Cole, you know what I mean? Burna Boy. I mean, I remember when Burna Boy came out with Like to Party, everybody was going on the Terry G bandwagon. Do you know what I mean? But he came out with Like to Party, mid-tempo. People loved it. Like, just connect to your music, find your sound. When I first got signed, let me be honest, I wasn't even an artist. I was a rapper. I was a dope rapper, but I couldn't even get the music together. Like, and I was trying to do everything myself. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Some people are talented in that way, like musically, you know, and some others you gotta grow with it. I actually grew with it. I wasn't always like a great artist per se. I had to surround myself with musicians. Surround yourself with musicians, with people who understand music of the day, somebody that understands your sound. Find the producers, find the songwriters, like figure out your music. When you figure out the talent side of your music, then you gotta add truth. You gotta tell the truth. As a female, a lot of female artists don't like to tell the truth in their music. They don't like to be real. Like, they don't like to be vulnerable. It's hard, but you're an artist. That's what you got to do. Like, so you got to be vulnerable. You got to let people in. You have to put your story out there. You have to tell them the truth, or at least an element of the truth. Find the truth in your music and put it out there. And I feel like people will identify with it. They'll be like, you know, there'll be people there that will relate with it, especially in Nigeria. Like, who are you? I am a Nigerian girl. I am a Nigerian woman. Do you know what I mean? I'm a businesswoman. I speak pidgin. Do you know what I mean? With my friends when I'm trying to chill, you know, I'm not all the way posh. You know what I mean? I grew up on Ajebota, but I've had to learn to be street along the way, and my music reflects that. Or I'm trying to make my music reflect that. So that's what it is. You got to tell the truth. So figure out your music. Find your music. Number seven, perform. Like, I can't even stress this enough. This is something Emma used to tell me a lot of the time, and I never really did it until just like maybe a year ago. I started performing everywhere. And what this does for you is, first of all, like, you get a fan base, you gain a fan base. You're like, people see you, you're almost convincing people, like one audience member at a time. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're really good, let's say your talent is undeniable and, you know, you're performing, people will love it. You know what I mean? And they'll jump on the train and they'll follow you. So that's it. You got to perform. Also, you get better at it. And to be honest, that's like where a major chunk of your income comes in as a Nigerian artist. So, man, you just got to get really good at it. Have people see you out there, be like, oh, wow, can you come for my show? You know, build up from there, like perform. Number 8, find yourself a team. You cannot do it alone. Like, no matter how superwoman you are, you cannot do it alone. And I know it's hard at first. Like, you might not actually have people that want to commit to you, especially if you're not like as funded as you want to be and all that, you know. What I'll say is, if the talent is undeniable and you're hustling and you're out there and you're trying, your team will present itself to you. Your team will come out and show itself and be like, somehow you just realize that, oh, okay, I have a team. That's my team. And they'll be loyal, and be loyal to them, and they'll be loyal back. Like, you know, so yeah, find yourself a team. Find competent people around you. Don't say no to yes men. Say no to yes men. And also say no to negativity. You know, so you don't need negative people. You don't need yes men, but you need people that will tell you the truth. You need competent people that know where you're going, that are on the same page with you. So find yourself a team. That's number 8. Number 9, believe in yourself. Like, there's nothing they can tell you. Believe in yourself. See, self-belief, nothing they happen. Just believe, babe. Just believe. You know what I mean? God, if you don't even have this, like, as in, I lost my way so many times in this industry, just not trusting myself and, you know, feeling like, well, this person, he has done so much, you know, obviously I respect his opinion so much. How can he be wrong about what I'm doing? Like, obviously he has done it before. Why shouldn't I listen to him? You know what I mean? Listen to people, but believe in yourself. Like, know what you're doing, know who you are as an artist, and believe that you are amazing. Am I allowed to curse? I mean, so there's this thing that Emma used to tell me. He'll say, Pryse, just tell yourself, I am the shit. I am the shit. And make sure the is silent. So tell yourself, I am shit. I am shit. And that way, that brings me to my last point, number 10. Stay humble. Don't turn into a diva. Don't turn into, the stereotypical female artist that just don't be an asshole. All you're doing is ruining it for the next girl that's gonna try and come and get an opportunity, and people will be like, well, don't work with female artists. They're divas. I don't like to work with female artists. You have to stay humble. So tell yourself, I am shit. So keep telling yourself, I am shit. So that you never, get ahead of yourself, but you still remember that, I am the shit. I am the shit. Nobody else is greater than me. You know what I mean? But last, you can't really show it. You can't show it, basically. So you have to believe in yourself, but stay humble. Okay. Also, the industry is very small. If you turn up too much, nobody wants to work with you, and you enjoy your career before it even begins. So yeah, you gotta stay humble. So that's my top 10 female rapper or female artist commandments, right? So I'll just go over them again. Right. So number one, figure out your finances. Number 2, make sure your talent is undeniable. Work at it. Number 3, commit to the hustle. Number 4, figure out your branding. You can go with it. Some people are lucky, like Eva. I feel like Eva just woke up one morning and she was just always Eva. Do you know what I mean? So figure out your branding. Like, some people get it immediately, they just start their career, and some people have to work towards it. And it's okay to work towards it, because your fans, they appreciate that, and they want to grow with you, so it's okay. Number 5, be a businesswoman. Number 6, find your music. Be in the studio 24/7 until you find your music, and even then. Number 7, perform. Number 8, find yourself a team. Number 9, believe in yourself. And number 10, stay humble. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope these were useful to you.
Wow. We've definitely learned a lot with her 10 commandments. So thank you so much. I think you really broke it down. Someone needs to write it and put it on the wall of every music studio ever.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna have some follow-up questions that came in from the audience.
Okay.
So the first one is, so you started your own record label. Can you give us a little bit of the reasoning behind that? Why did you decide to kind of break out on your own?
Okay, well, for one thing, having listened to so many people, the time I spent trying to figure out my music for so long and everything, and I listened to so many people, different opinions and all that, and at some point I feel like I lost myself. And trying to record the kind of music that I thought my label wanted to sell, or I thought the people wanted to hear, and all that, and I sort of lost myself. So at some point I was just like, you know what, I think I just want to take the control back, so I know, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and if it doesn't work, then I know it was on me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the point where I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna, my contract was up anyway, so I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to renew. I think I'm going to take responsibility, because it's a lot of responsibility. Yeah. It's not necessarily fun,
right,
but it's freeing. I'm free. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm free. I can do whatever I want, literally. Okay. So yeah, that's why I'm Icon now.
Awesome. And so you've kind of started answering this already, but okay, what are biggest perks and the greatest challenges of having your own record label?
Oh man, the perks, like I said, the freedom, it's amazing. Like when you're coming from a label situation where, everything, there's a lot of red tape, a lot of the time, everything has to go through a process, there's like different departments for different things. And you're like, you go to this bureaucracy, my sister. You go to this one and they're like, oh no, you need to go to the A&R to get this to this part, and then before you come, and I'm like, what? Like, guys, there's like no time. You know what I mean? And so that for one thing, the bureaucracy, because I'm sure eventually when Icon sets up and like really becomes as big as I have as my vision, we will also have that bureaucracy. But for now, there's only like 4 people on the team, so we're good. We're just like, okay, what do you need to do? You need to do this. You need to do that. Then the money involved. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like these are the challenges. Like it's expensive.
Right.
Running a label is expensive. Funding an artist is expensive, especially a female artist. That's just the way it is. Because you gotta pay for makeup, you gotta pay for certain type of styling and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? You gotta pay for hair. You know what I mean? The cost builds up. So funding a female artist is tough. But still, I feel like the end will justify the means.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously the perks. I'm basically it's a family business. It's a company. Right. My older brother is working with me. He's my CEO and he's a producer, and we're going, and it's great. Like it's a dream come true for us actually. So it's the perks. It's like I feel like when the money starts coming in, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it.
For